Have you ever walked into a room full of strangers and felt completely invisible, while others seem to effortlessly strike up conversations and light up the room? What's their secret? In How to Talk to Anyone, Lael Lowndes reveals the hidden techniques that turn ordinary conversations into powerful connections. In this video, we'll uncover the strategies that will help you confidently navigate any social situation, make lasting impressions, and connect with anyone, no matter how intimidating they may seem. Stick around. By the end, you'll be equipped with the tools to transform your communication skills for good. Imagine walking into a room full of people, feeling a little nervous about making your presence known. But then, someone across the room catches your eye and flashes a warm, genuine smile. Instantly, you feel at ease. You're not just another face in the crowd, you've been seen, and that smile made all the difference. This is the power of the flooding smile. In How to Talk to Anyone, Lael Lowndes teaches us that a smile isn't just a physical expression, it's an invitation to connect. A true, sincere smile is like a welcome mat for your personality. It's the first thing that draws people in and makes them feel comfortable around you. Think about a time when you've met someone with an effortless smile. Didn't it make you want to get to know them more? That's the power of a genuine smile. It creates an instant bond. Now imagine you're talking to someone and their eyes are locked on yours, unwavering. You feel their full attention, and it's as if they're completely tuned into what you're saying. That's the magic of sticky eyes. Eye contact can be incredibly powerful in establishing an emotional connection. It shows you're present in the moment, and it tells the other person that they matter. I'm sure you've been in a conversation where someone is looking around the room while you talk. It's frustrating, right? But when someone gives you that steady gaze, it signals respect, interest, and engagement. It's a subtle but incredibly effective way to connect. But here's the thing. Sometimes just holding eye contact isn't enough. Sometimes it needs to last a little longer to really show you're invested in the conversation. That's where epoxy eyes come in. When you lock eyes with someone for a few seconds longer than usual, it creates an almost magnetic effect. It's a way of saying, I'm not just listening, I'm really interested in what you have to say. This technique can turn an ordinary conversation into something far more engaging. Imagine you're in a meeting and you're speaking to a potential client. By holding that eye contact a little longer than you usually would, you signal confidence and genuine interest, making them feel like you're fully there with them. Now, let's move on to the big baby pivot. Picture this. You're having a conversation at a party, but the person you're talking to keeps looking over your shoulder at other people. You can tell they're distracted. It feels awkward, doesn't it? That's why the big baby pivot is such a game changer. It's about turning your body fully toward the person you're speaking with, just like a child would when they are deeply focused on someone. By doing this, you're signaling that the person in front of you is your top priority. A simple shift in your posture can make someone feel like they're the most important person in the room. And here's the best part, the exclusive smile. Imagine you're at a networking event and someone across the room smiles at you in a way that feels personal. Almost, imagine this, you're at a party and you strike up a conversation with someone new. Within minutes, you realize the person isn't just talking about themselves. They're asking you thoughtful questions, nodding along to your answers, and genuinely interested in your story. Suddenly, you feel important, valued, even a little flattered. That's the magic of the you habit. Lael Lowndes emphasizes that the secret to making someone feel like $1,000,000 is simple. Focus on them. Most people love to talk about themselves, but few people stop to really listen. By making the conversation all about the other person, asking about their interests, their passions, their experiences, you're doing something rare and incredibly powerful. For example, instead of saying, "I've traveled to Europe too," when someone mentions their trip, try asking, "What was your favorite city and why?" It shifts the spotlight to them and shows you care about their perspective. But words alone aren't enough. You need to back them up with sincerity. That's where the perfect compliment comes into play. Think about the last time someone complimented you in a way that felt personal, like they really noticed something unique about you. It sticks with you, right? That's because generic compliments, like "you look nice," don't have the same impact as specific ones, such as "that color looks amazing on you." It really brings out your eyes. Lowndes teaches us to make our compliments count by being detailed and thoughtful. For instance, instead of saying, "Good job on the presentation," you could say, "The way you explained that complex idea so clearly was impressive. It really showed your expertise." Now, imagine the same party, and someone remembers your name after only hearing it once. Doesn't that feel good? You'd be surprised how powerful something as small as remembering a name can be, but most of us struggle with this. That's where the goldfish method comes in. Lowndes suggests associating a person's name with something meaningful to help it stick in your mind. For example, if you meet someone named Lily, you might imagine a lily flower blooming. It's a fun mental trick that shows you're paying attention. People love hearing their names. It's music to their ears, and remembering it can make a lasting impression. Now, let's tie this all together with the power of a compliment. Compliments aren't just about flattery. They're a tool to build deeper connections, but they have to come from a place of authenticity. Imagine you're at work and you genuinely admire a colleague's ability to stay calm under pressure. Instead of keeping that thought to yourself, share it. "I really admire how you stay so composed during stressful moments. It inspires me to stay focused, too." By giving genuine praise, you're not only making someone feel great, you're strengthening your relationship with them. Here's the beauty of these techniques. They all feed into each other. When you focus the conversation on someone else, notice something unique about them. And remember small but meaningful details like their name. You're creating an experience that makes them feel special. It's like handing them a ticket to their own spotlight, and most people don't get that often. The next time you're in a conversation, remember, it's not about impressing others with what you say. It's about making them feel amazing with how you make them feel. By practicing the you habit, delivering the perfect compliment, using the goldfish method to remember names, and harnessing the power of a compliment, you'll leave every interaction making people feel like $1,000,000. And when you make others feel good, they'll naturally want to be around you. Picture this. You're sitting across from someone, trying to have a meaningful conversation, but it feels stiff, like neither of you can fully connect. Then suddenly, the dynamic shifts. You lean in slightly, and they do the same. You nod as they speak, and they start nodding too. Without even realizing it, you've synced up, and the conversation flows effortlessly. This is the power of the mimic trick. Lowndes explains that subtly mirroring someone's body language is one of the quickest ways to build rapport. It's something we naturally do when we feel connected, but you can use it intentionally to create that connection faster. For instance, if the person you're speaking with leans on the table, you can lean slightly as well. If they gesture with their hands while talking, mimic the rhythm of their gestures. This doesn't mean copying them robotically. It's about reflecting their energy in a way that feels natural. When you do this, it subconsciously tells them, we're on the same page. But what about making the actual conversation more captivating? That's where the eyelash trick comes in. Imagine someone tells you they recently started gardening. Instead of responding with a bland, "That's nice," you lean in slightly, raise your eyebrows, and say, "Really? What got you into that?" This small act of showing curiosity, leaning in, focusing your attention, and engaging with your expression draws people in. It's as if you're hanging on to every word they say, which makes them feel like their story truly matters. Of course, no conversation can thrive without balance. Think about times when someone dominated a discussion. You probably felt drained or disconnected. That's why the back and forth flow is essential. A good conversation should feel like a game of tennis, where both people get their turn to serve and respond. If someone shares something about their day, resist the urge to jump straight into your own experience. Instead, ask a follow-up question that keeps the focus on them. For example, if they mention they had a stressful meeting, you could say, "That sounds rough. What made it so challenging?" Once they feel heard, they're more likely to reciprocate and show genuine interest in you, keeping the conversation natural and engaging. But what if you want to take things a step deeper? That's where the private victory comes into play. People love to share their small personal wins, but they often hesitate unless they feel comfortable. Imagine talking to a colleague, and instead of asking the usual, "How's it going?" you say, "What's been the highlight of your week so far?" This invites them to share something positive, creating an opportunity for them to open up. When you give someone a chance to talk about their victories, no matter how small, it not only boosts their mood, but also strengthens your bond with them. It's a simple, yet powerful way to connect on a more personal level. And then, there's the magic question. Have you ever been in a conversation that felt surface level, and you wanted to take it deeper, but weren't sure how? Lowndes suggests asking open-ended questions that invite storytelling. For instance, instead of asking, "Do you like your job?" you could ask, "What's the most rewarding part of what you do?" This kind of question encourages people to share their passions, struggles, and unique perspectives. It takes the conversation from small talk to meaningful dialogue, which is where real connections are built. Now, imagine combining all of these techniques. You subtly mirror their body language. Use the eyelash trick to show genuine curiosity. Keep the conversation flowing naturally. Celebrate their personal wins. And ask questions that dig deeper. Suddenly, you're no longer just talking. You're connecting. People walk away from conversations with you feeling energized, understood, and valued. These tools might seem small on their own, but when you weave them together, they create a dynamic that keeps people engaged and wanting more. And the best part? You can start practicing them today, whether it's with a friend, a colleague, or even a stranger. By using these techniques, you'll transform every interaction into an opportunity to truly connect.